header does run a bit high as well, I think. Should be closer to the ground. I've seen this is the harvester, not the header. I'm looking at that yield map and it's not the greatest. Okay. It's 82%, so I should be able to make at least one more trip down the field. Okay. So there was me saying I've got all the equipment I could ever want. Turns out not quite so much. Or instead of the Fent, I could go with the case. I think the only case harvester I've ever used on a farm sim farm is the really old one that's been replaced by the miniature Deutz these days. It was the starter farm harvester. Back on Goldcrest. Okay. I think I've got enough room at the top to turn around. Definitely got enough range on the arm to reach the cart. Whee! So harvesters, I'm going to suppose that's 647. The axial flow is 634. That's less. No, that's what we have. We have, yeah, 647. That can go up to 790. That's 647, that's 647. The case axial flow is 634. The X9 is 690. The New Holland is 700 and the Class Lexian is 780. New Holland might be an option. And that probably has a normal attachment rather than the weird funky one that Echo uses. Okay, fold. Shouldn't fold that in. Okay. If you try and fold that in, you can hit the car with it. Okay, so downhill skiing, harvesting, whatever we're doing. And that's probably less than half the field, or more than half the field. So, I don't expect to fill the harvester up again before we're done doing this. So what I could have done here is set it up on courseplay. I could be chopping down those hedges and bringing the Lamborghini over. no big rush. Actually, if we get to the point, 10 o'clock's when the rain comes. I've got to get this field done. But once the field is done, I think I'll put the time back to ×3. We'll transfer the Lamborghini over, and then the mid-afternoon, break in the rain weather, we'll do the field sculpting. So that is turned on. Okay. Go. And it's 10:30. I think we're still about 4-5 days of Christmas, New Year's videos to release to YouTube before we're actually caught up to today's stream. So this stream for the YouTube viewers should take us through to Saturday next week. And then we'll be back to one farm sim video a day on YouTube. And I need to make sure I'm at about 3 hours on the stream. Just hitting 2 right now. I'm not a big fan of downhill field work, but sometimes there is no way around it. I've done it in the, what was it? Raven's thing. Might be the introductory farm on Farm Sim 22. I was playing multiplayer with Arthur. Needed to get a field seeded. He had a big seeder, but he didn't have a big tractor available for me to use, so I ended up just seeding down the field. So one-way seeding. Drive all the way back up to the top of the field and do the next row. Sometimes, yeah, you do what you have to do to get the job done, and that's this one here. I didn't realise this harvester is huge and doesn't have any horsepower. Change sometime there. Maybe we'll get the next one. Because the issue with things like the Lexian and the New Holland, it's only got one engine power output, and so the price is what it says in the brochure. With the Fendt, that horsepower range is bigger. So that's 489, that's 443, that's 419. Oh, that's nice and cheap, isn't it? No, that's for the 451 horsepower version, or 640. The 790 is going to cost you another 171,000 on top of the base model. So yeah, just what looks like to be the cheaper of the three options. It's actually way more expensive. It's even more expensive than the John Deere, which is saying something. So, potentially New Holland or Class. Might take a look at the attachers on the folding header, folding draper that we have. We might end up getting Alexia. Oh, slow down. Okay, well, the field's getting smaller. I guess we've got maybe 4 more rows, and then we're done. And like I said, definitely not going to fill this thing up. And from what I remember of early Farm Sim 22, what's the best crop videos? Sunflowers is definitely not the best crop. I think you make more selling sunflower seeds than you do running it through production and making sunflower oil. And it's, you know, you end up making far more money out of a whole ton of other crops. Sunflowers is one of the worst. So actually the only reason we're doing this is because we have the production that needs it, not because, hey, this is a really profitable thing to be doing. Okay, this is fun. Just about clip that. So off we go. Here we go. Now that we're close to the hedge, I'm going to need to do another headland there. That's fine. May be mistaken, but I'm given to understand that the UK government is seriously messing with taxes, death taxes especially. And I'm looking at, yeah, my parents are still alive. If they die and leave us anything, they'll probably leave us about $50 to bury them. And then the government will get the rest of everything they've ever worked for. I might be wrong, but that's the rumours I'm seeing, which I can't say I'm particularly impressed with. Although that said, my parents are being very generous these days. Although that's more generosity than it is estate planning. My sister had a bout with cancer last year, so she had a lot of chemo and radiation, and when she was done with that and declared free from cancer, parents paid for her to go on vacation. So they sent us some money, or a little bit extra than they normally would do for Christmas, which was good because our washing machine broke down, or was in the process of breaking down. It was like, this is going to break soon, so we need to figure out what we're going to do about it. But because of who I work for, my employer has Whirlpool as one of their major customers. So Whirlpool have a employee scheme, and their employee scheme is also available for employees of partners. So we actually got a washing machine. I think it worked out at almost half price what you pay at Lowe's. But with the Christmas sales and what have you, everybody else was getting 20-25% off. But we got it at even more off. So I think we ended up paying about $500 for a $1,000 retail washing machine. And then the boy came over yesterday, and obviously lots of snow outside, so he wanted to go and play in the snow, because we bought some sleds, plastic trays that you stick your butt on and slide down hills. And we got a few of those, so he wanted to go and play outside, so he did. He came back in, and his pants were soaked through, and his coat was soaked through, so Mrs. Osa got a chance to use her new washing machine. So we all stood there and watched it for a minute. Kind of like, what is it? When you get a new car and you open the hood, and all the neighbours, all the male neighbours come round and stand around and look at the engine. And probably most of them just, it's a lump of metal that makes the car go. Don't know much more about it, but they'll all look at it and, Right back at my previous job, they had a diesel generator at the back of the office building, and it was having issues. So guy came out and opened the side panel and had a look at it, and I was outside for some reason, and he sort of scratched his head, went inside, and came out with a couple of other guys, and they all peered in through this inspection panel. And then they went inside, and I looked at all the women who'd been sat there watching them. I said, "It's probably one of those guy things." They all laughed. It's a technology thing. Guys need to stand and look at technology and probably don't understand it most of the time, but it's a guy thing. Wow. Okay. So, as I said, didn't get a full load, but we got some. Don't fold it up while you're next to the car, because you'll break things. Let's select the harvester and fold that up, and we can head back to the barn. How are we doing? Fuel's good, maintenance is good, Header's good. So next year we might have a new harvester. In fact, just after Christmas we might have a new harvester because we're going to have a lot of silage sale. Field to our left will be cleared. Yeah, I could do the inner fields as well because we do have. I don't think we've even touched the last cut of silage. It's just easier to bale it and wrap it than it is to stick it in the silo and ferment it that way. So all of our grass fields, we will, or all of our remaining grass fields, because obviously we've cut one this month. That one on the right. We'll mow all the rest of them and just wrap them and sell them. Field because hey, why not? And actually we could probably turn the lights out. Oh, there's a plan. I'm just going to put this away. Take a look at the bouncy. Oh, is it going to fit through the hole? Ooh. This is not going to fit in there. Okay, what am I going to do with this head? Not going to fit in there either. Oh, I can put it there, I guess. Well, it is what it is. Do not have a big enough shed to get the harvester really put away. Obviously, we just about manage it there. So let's park that there, jump out and have a look at this. Actually, that does that kind of look like it goes on a... Don't know. No, that does use a standard thing. Okay. Harvesting headers. Headers? Oh, so configuration. Eco-ideal. No, that's not changing anything other than the colour of the end bit. Oh, attacher type. that look like? I'm not seeing much of a difference there. I guess. So that might actually already have it on. I don't think I can... it doesn't tell me precisely what it's set up as. I would have to take it to a workshop. We can do that, but maybe we'll wait until spring. In the meantime, I need to go and find the Lamborghini, and we'll put the thing, the rolly thing, back in the shed for now, because we don't need that until November 1, assuming it's nice and not rainy. Okay. So I think we'll clean this off and we'll put it away. We'll grab the plough and do some ploughy things. Not going to worry about washing the tractor too much, because plough. In there. Yay. I keep thinking I've got a red plough on this farm. This one does come in red, but we got the blue one.